butterfly in the sky. I can go twice as high. Take a look, it's in a book.
Mike's Reading Rainbow.
I can go anywhere. Friends to know and ways to grow.
Mike's Reading Rainbow.
Hey guys, it's Mike here. I wanted to do a quick little book review on a book I recently finished. I only do these on books that really have been impactful or meaningful, and this one was one of them. I would definitely recommend everybody picking up a copy or renting it or getting it on Amazon. It's The Slight Edge by Jeff Olson. This book is very comparable to Darren Hardy's Compound Effect. It's got the same principles and the same underlining message and subject. It's basically small, mundane, insignificant actions, although they seem very insignificant at the time, consistently applied day to day, adds up huge in the long run. And it doesn't seem like that at the time. It addresses that as well. It doesn't seem like you're really doing much if you wake up and you read 10 pages a day as opposed to jumping on your Twitter or your Facebook or your Instagram. It doesn't seem like that hard of a workout when you go in and do 10 minutes of cardio, when you see other people in there for 2 hours. But this is a process, and a lot of times, this book is meant for people looking to shift their lives, and it's difficult. If you're overweight, I've got some pounds as well. It's hard. You're just not going to burn those 40 pounds right off, and if you do, these are some crazy radical diets that make that possible. That's not sustainable. You're going to burn out. You're going to resort back to your old habits. So this talks about just little slight changes that you can do. That are not that meaningful at the time, but they're very meaningful over the course of time, and just slight, small things. Now they ask, and one of the things it says, you want to start really slow, and I think that's important, because people get really excited, they get gung ho about starting something new. They're hyped, they're pumped to do it, and then that for a day or two, maybe, right? You're excited to do it. It's this is fun, and after a week, you're like, ugh, I don't want to do this anymore, and that's because they take on too much. It reminds me of the saying, "How do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time." That's true. It's just take this at a little bit at a time. Eventually, yeah, maybe you'll work your way up to an hour and a half in the gym, or reading chapters a day. But that's not what this is about. It's just small, seemingly insignificant little steps about improving your life. So if there's anything that you're looking to do, whether it be in get in better shape, maybe just become more knowledgeable, maybe develop a side hustle for income purposes, whatever. It could be anything. Improve your relationship with your wife, your husband, significant other. Just start making smaller things. And this book goes over a bunch of different things, but for the sake of an example, I wanted to just go over one kind of concept that they brought up in the book. It asks, well, it's about two sons, but it asks basically one son if you'd rather have a penny, and that penny would be doubled every day for 30 days, or would you like to have $1 million? And one of the sons said, of course, I'll take the $1 million, thank you. And I think most people would probably agree, because what's a penny times two over time? It's similar to what we're saying here. It's insignificant at the time because it's 1 penny on day one, it's 2 pennies on day two, 4 pennies on day three, 8 pennies on, go on and on and on. You're not really going that high, and at the day 30, it's like, where are you going to be at? Well, you'd be surprised. I actually had to write it down. If you took a penny and you multiplied it by 2, and then you kept doing that for 30 days, at the end of day 30, you would have $5,368,709.12. So this is just an illustration, but this does show how just they same small number, it started with a penny, and just putting in the work consistently over time, and what that does. And that can be anything. Again, I like to read, again, 10 pages in the morning if I can. I don't always get it in, admittedly. Depends on my day, but I'm going to start, forcing myself, time blocking to get in, because it's important. And if anything's important to you, if there's a change that you want to make, I recommend picking up this book, or also The Compound Effect by Darren Hardy. Either one, both are phenomenal. And just kind of going through it and seeing, little changes that you can make consistently and how they add up over the course of time. You'd be surprised what that can do, and it really does. It makes a big difference. But yeah, start slow, and then also it gets boring. It does, admittedly. So you want to master the mundane. That's how experts become experts. They didn't start off this good. Michael Jordan wasn't always, Michael Jordan. He was in the gym every day, shooting free throws, shooting free throws, shooting free throws, shooting free throws. And it was boring, but he just drilled it in to where it was second to breathing, second to eating. It's just what he did. He truly mastered it. So just some advice based off of that, just start slow. Remember, it's a marathon, not a sprint. So, a little bit at a time, but just stay focused. And I recommend picking up the book, The Slight Edge by Jeff Olson. Again, it's a really good read. and you'll get a lot out of it. I think it's important. We're in the midst of the coronavirus right now, the quarantine, and there's a lot of additional racial divide right now in our country. And it's I'm not saying tune out, definitely not saying that, but it's man, social media is a toxic place to be. I'm segueing to this because I think it's important. It wouldn't hurt to, instead of jumping right in the morning, opening up our phones and jumping on Instagram or Facebook or Twitter. We save that for later, and we focus on just trying to do something, and maybe whether it be reading, exercising, talking to your wife or your husband, is saying how you're grateful for them, anything like that. Take 10 minutes aside to improve your life in the direction that you want it to go before maybe you start engaging on the toxicity of social media. Because for me, this morning, it was evident. That's why I did this book review, because I needed to do something to shake me out of just the grossness, the toxicity of the world and the current climate we're in. So I'm going to probably start reducing. I'm thinking about deleting my Twitter. I've had it for like 6 months to a year now, and I don't know. I feel like ever since I've had it, whenever I get off it, I feel like just mad and more, I don't know, more like just toxic, I guess. So probably be deleting that soon. I'll keep the other one up for business purposes, but I don't know. I would encourage everybody else to do the same. Just kind of reflect on if there's something that you're doing and you're consistently volunteering your time to that and it's not benefiting you, I would consider probably trying to cut that out of your life. And whatever that is, that's for you to decide. But I do hope that this video gave even one person a little bit of joy today, or at least some information, or motivates them to go pick up this book, because it's a good one. But yeah, hope this finds you well, guys. I will see you out there, and have a great day.
Look, it's in a book.
Mike's Reading Rainbow. Mike's Reading Rainbow. Reading Rainbow.